Ukrainian forces successfully captured a Russian-held position using only unmanned platforms, ground robots, and drones without a single soldier's boot physically on the assault. The Russians surrendered. Ukraine reported 0 casualties. It is the first officially recognized seizure of enemy terrain by unmanned systems in the history of this war, and almost certainly the first in any war ever. Drones have been killing soldiers and civilians in Ukraine for years now. What makes this different is that machines didn't just hit a target and fly home. They advanced, applied pressure, forced a surrender, and then held ground. That's terrain seizure, and it's the one thing that has always required boots on the ground. Zelensky framed the milestone in characteristically direct terms, stating that an enemy position was taken exclusively by unmanned platforms, that the occupiers surrendered, and that the operation was carried out without infantry and without losses. He listed the robotic systems by name: Ratel, Termit, Artel, Rice, Zmai, Protector, and Volia. Those names represent an entire combat system, not just a single weapon. The layered system is what we call a combat stack, with each platform handling a specific phase of the assault. It starts with the eyes. Reconnaissance drones, Mavic and Autel quadcopters, establish persistent overhead surveillance. They find the position, map the defenses, and maintain constant visual pressure. Every Russian soldier below knows he's being watched, and that knowledge alone starts degrading morale. Next comes suppressive fire. FPV kamikaze drones and the Ratel S, a wheeled kamikaze ground robot packed with anti-tank mines, hit bunker entrances, trenches, and defensive hardpoints. The Ratel S can carry enough explosive to crack open a reinforced dugout. Its job is not subtle, its job is violent. Time for the trigger pullers to move in. The Rise Pro, a multi-purpose unmanned ground vehicle equipped with a remote-controlled machine gun turret, rolls into the trench line. The ZME does the same. These are not toys. The Rise Pro mounts a 7.62mm machine gun and is operated remotely by a crew sitting safely behind cover, sometimes kilometers away. Some turrets use ballistic computers and AI-assisted tracking. An operator sees through thermal cameras and engages targets with a precision that doesn't degrade when the bullets start flying back. Behind them follow the logistics platforms. Termite, a tracked robot capable of hauling 300 kilograms, delivers ammunition to the shooters and can evacuate wounded soldiers on the return trip. Volia does the same, with a range of up to 12 kilometers under load. Protector, the largest of the group, recently completed testing with a Tavria 12.7 turret mounting the Browning M 2.50 caliber machine gun, giving it the firepower to engage armored vehicles and low-flying aircraft. Layered together, it's a full combined arms assault conducted entirely by machines. Zelensky's April 13th statement called this the first time in the history of this war, but public reporting suggests earlier precedents at the tactical level. In July 2025, Ukraine's 3rd Separate Assault Brigade reported that its drone and ground robot operators forced Russian troops to surrender in Kharkiv Oblast entirely without infantry engagement. FPV drones and a kamikaze ground robot carrying 3 anti-tank mines struck a bunker entrance. When a second robot approached the damaged position, 2 surviving Russian soldiers held up a cardboard sign reading, "We want to surrender," in Russian. The brigade called it the first battlefield capitulation to robotic platforms in modern warfare. Around January 2026, a dev droid TW-7.62 unmanned ground vehicle captured 3 Russian soldiers in the Lyman area of the Ukraine front. By March, a larger cousin, the droid TW-12.7, held frontline positions for 45 consecutive days. Ukraine faces acute manpower shortages along a front line stretching more than 1,000 kilometers. Meanwhile, aerial drone saturation has pushed the effective kill zone out to 20 to 25 kilometers from the front, making traditional infantry advances a near guarantee of casualties. Every soldier is a precious rarity, and Ukraine needs to protect them or risk perishing as a nation, even if they win the war on the battlefield. Every assault squad that walks into that zone risks being shredded by an FPV drone that costs less than an OK laptop. Robots solve that equation. As Major Oleksandr Afanasyev, commander of the K2 Brigade's UGV battalion, told BBC News, Ukraine can absorb the loss of robots, but it cannot afford to lose battle-ready soldiers. Ukraine's defense ministry reported over 9,000 UGV missions in March 2026 and nearly 24,500 in the first 3 months of the year. The number of military units deploying ground robots grew from 67 in November 2025 to 167 by spring 2026.